But I did get everybody's.
Hello, everyone. Let's see. We got Gary and Janet. Bill. John Holiday. Ron won't be on tonight. He's sitting right here. It looks like he's on. Janet says hi, Ron.
I said hi to Janet.
Okay, but anyway, I'm using Ron's phone tonight to play the music and read the stuff. For some reason, my phone will not charge today. It will not charge, and I've got it in on charge right now, but hopefully it's going to start. Hey, Moonchild. Before we go any further, if anybody knows Billy on the site, anybody knows how to get a hold of Billy, he sent me a call the other day, and I was supposed to get back with him the next day, but when I went, the number wasn't there. He wanted to know about the XRP, and he wanted to know about, I guess he's having trouble finding the videos. So Billy, if you find this video, if you see it, please call me again and we'll work with you on what you wanted to do. So last night, guys, I was on with Janet. We listened to Bruce and the Big Call.
No, you were on with.
I was on with Marianne. Excuse me. I was looking at the screen and seeing Janet's name. Hi, Cindy. But I was on with her, and it's one of the few nights that me and Marianne have not been negative, that we really thought that Bruce was a good show last night. And I wanted to listen to it, and I wanted to read it, but I didn't get around to it because I've been having trouble with my phone. Hopefully I'll get a good charge on it and I can listen to it later. But one indication that it was pretty good is Ron told me it was. Another indication it was pretty good is because Marianne was very positive.
And Diane said.
And the third reason it is Diane, Patriot Diane with two ends, back end and a front end. I had to say that. She doesn't come on her shows much anymore, but she listened to Bruce last night. And I mean, it was no more over. And she contacted Ron and said, Bruce is really good tonight. Let's hope and pray. And I think that's what we're doing right now. Joseph and Janet and Kevin. Cindy, Papa G, are you on yet? Papa G was worried about me, sent me a message, and I told him I'm okay. But like I said, if anybody knows Billy, and I don't really know his last name, it's just Billy. If you know him and get in touch with him and tell him get back in touch with me. I've had some trouble since we spoke last because we didn't have a Monday night show due to my little dog being sick and also due to the fact that we was having some bad weather. Guys, we had weather yesterday. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely unbelievable gorgeous. 79 degrees. Beautiful. And at 5 o'clock at night, I looked outside and it was raining so hard I couldn't see to the street, which is about 25 to 30 feet away from me. It was raining that hard. It rained for 10 minutes. The weather we're getting here, Bill Woods, Cindy, again, Bill, Papa G, good to see you. Glad I'm okay too, buddy. How are you doing?
Maybe Bill, what is Bill?
Ron was wondering if Bill Woods is Billy. No, I don't think so. But anyway, guys, like I said, we'll fix everything up. I want to cover some things tonight, but I want to talk to the kids first. I want to, say the pledge and the music, and we're going to move on. I'm sorry we were not here the other night, Kevin and Joe Phillips, but sometimes, the Lord just doesn't want us to be here. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life And I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, where the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, oh, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me. And I gotta stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt of this land. God bless the USA. Next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless
Yes, yes, yes. God bless the USA. And you know when he says stand up to the flag
Watch
and all
what
this,
magnesium
you
does
know,
to your bowels.
it's.
If you have to wipe a million times after you
wow.
poop, here's why.
Oh, wow.
The Mayo Clinic.
Not the kind of thing you want. Wow, what a crappy situation here. Messages, Ronnie? A messenger. Okay. Okay, but anyway, today is the boys' moms, the Gillespies. God, I can't think of her first name. Help me. We have Patriots Super Jimmy, who hopefully he's doing some things outside. The weather's getting better. We have Patriot 11, which I know he's on the horses by now. I expect to get some full reports. Beth Shaw and Johnny. Then we have Wyatt Earp and Karate Kid. Their mom. Their last name is Gillespie. I can't think of her first name. But happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Miss Gillespie. Happy birthday to you and many, many more. Anyone seen Venezuela sitting at? No. What I heard about Venezuela, and I'm going to get to that, Ian, I'll talk about what I heard. I've even got my phone's not here, so I don't have it. But I'll tell you what I heard. I think it's low, but it's good. Patriot Princess, our queen, and Patriot Hunter. Patriot Bugs, Boogaloo, Boogaroo, and Boogie, our 4 Bs, John's grandchildren. Mr. Stickman. Then we have Patriot little Leona and little Leilon, and little Leilon's grandmother. I seen on Facebook that she was home. She came home for a week, and it was good seeing her with her grandkids and her daughters and that. Patriot Cutie Pie and Patriot 17 are Ukrainian kids. Each passing day, I get to know them a little more, Maria and Papa G and Ian. The girls are writing us letters and telling us about the kids. And they're actually, guys, I've said all along, I believe, I'll talk about that later. This is his kids section. Patriot Super Gymnast. This little girl accomplishes more than I thought was possible when she told me she wanted to be into gymnastics. Oh, you'll be great. I'm a papa. I'm a grandpa. That's my job. She has surpassed what I thought she could do 1,000 times already. Now she's going to be a cheerleader. I always thought her as a volleyball player, and she's good at volleyball. I love the way she acted in the play she was in 2 years ago. I seen her as that. But now, nope. Papa's going to be having to go to Clifton basketball games just to watch the cheerleader.
Maybe she'll have. She'll get in the show choir eventually.
Yeah, Uncle Ron just said maybe she'll get into show choir because she's pretty good at dancing. And I'm glad he said that. I'm glad Ron said that about show choir because this was not rehearsed. But Patriot Small Hank tonight had his spring concert at school. It was supposed to be the night that we had the hail and the tornadoes around. So they canceled it to tonight, and he had a big part in it. And he did really, really good. But the thing I noticed when some of these kids was out there just clapping, man, he was booking. And I looked at my son as we were leaving, and I said, hey, he's got some show choir moves in him. And my son was really good in show choir, and I'm very proud of him because he was a klutz. He's a left-hander, and he had two left hands and two left hands and two left feet. But he become a leader of that squad, and they did very well. But I was very proud of Small Hank tonight at the event. I wish I'd have had time to stick around and talk to him a little bit, but I needed to get over here so I could get things set up. Patriot 7, his ball games are starting. Patriot Hank, I sang him happy birthday last Friday night. His birthday was Sunday. Julia's was Saturday. And I wrote Julia a letter, and I couldn't send it to her on the weekend because she doesn't receive them. But right at midnight, when her birthday started on the 19th, I wrote her a letter telling her happy birthday. And I kept writing that letter all weekend long, telling her to make fun of the kids because I beat everybody to wish her a happy birthday. And then I waited here at Ron's house. They're 8 hours ahead of us. So at 1 minute to midnight, we let it go and go and go. And all of a sudden I wrote down happy birthday. So I was the first and the last. But it's just, kids, when you can see a 72-year-old man, I just want to have fun. Why don't you, Patriot Kira and Patriot little gymnast, which I know you do. This kid's middle name should have been fun. I'm drinking water, by the way, but I'm very dry tonight. So the kids, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail tonight other than to tell you this video is not made for you. You can watch it under the discrepancy of your parents. Hi, Myrna. Parents, grandparents, or legal guardians. And the music we played tonight is not for, we have no legal rights to. We play it because we are, it's part of our show. And if I do talk anything about money tonight, I am not a financial advisor. I am not. So, someone stated on here a few minutes ago, and I don't remember who it was, but something about if you heard something about Bolivar being at 0.000, a bunch of zeros and a 2. No, I did not. And if my phone was working, I could show you a graph that they're saying on this graph that if you have the $1 million Bolivars, they're going to be worth, every $1 million note you have is going to be worth between $25,000 and $30,000. And at first I thought, wow, when I bought these, Wade was telling us we're getting $18 for every one. So 18 million. I'm thinking, well, that's kind of far-fetched, but still, I like $18 better than I like 25 to 30,000 for each one. And then I got thinking, guys, when I come out, and I'm not a financial advisor, but when I came out there very strong for about 5 or 6 shows in a row a while back, and I said, I think this is a currency that's going to top out.
It could just be a rumor.
You could buy 10 of them for like $4. There was like 40 or 50 cents a piece. You could buy 100 of them for like $25 or $30. Well, me and Ron bought several hundred, and I'm not, not bragging. We did. We give up a lot of things to be able to buy stuff like this. But I got thinking, it doesn't sound like what we wanted at $25,000 to $30,000 for each one. But when you're buying them for 40 cents a piece and you can get 25,000, sounds like a winner chicken dinner to me. At 25,000, if you bought 4, it's 100,000. If you went out and bought 40 of them, it's $1 million. $1 million, 40 of them maybe cost you $15, $10, I don't know. I seen the thing the other day that they had 1,000 of them for sale. 1,000 of them for $197. And if I'd had the $197, I'd have bought them. $197 for 1,000. Can you imagine 1,000 of them at 25,000? But now here's what I want to say. I think it's just bull manure. I don't think they'll be that low. Are they going to hit $18? No. If they don't hit, I'm going to say at least, I want to say $1 for every, a $1 million note would be worth $1 million. But let's stay low. And if they don't hit at least 50 cents for each one, which would be $50,000. Oh, no. 50 cents for each one would be $500,000. That's, to me, the low. But this is what the people saying. But now let's roll the dice. There's more than just the $1 million notes. There's other notes. One of them is a note called a 500 MIL note, 500 million. And they're saying for them, we're going to get between 12.5 and $15 million. Well, I don't have many of them. I only got 2. But I feel pretty good about myself thinking that just them 2 could bring me $25 to $30 million. And I'm not here to get you guys, Bill and Myrna and Jerry, because Myrna, I know you don't going to buy none. You don't want it, and we respect that. But I'm here to tell you, Papa G, nobody knows what they is. Bruce talks about the screens. They talk about this. None of us going to know what it is until we get in there. But here's what I'm going to suggest. And this is just 101. What I'm going to suggest is you make sure every currency you have. Me and Ron have 14. You have a piece of a paper and you have everything. Bolivar, how many? And how many different kinds of Bolivar? Dinar, how many? Dong, how many? Zim, how many? Whatever. Like I said, me and Ron have 14 different types. Yellow dragon bonds, how many? And you have that on a piece of paper. And when you hand your currency, say, whoa, here. I want you to sign this, that this is at least what we got. We may have more. Oh, maybe on one of them that we have 300 or 400 of them. Maybe we have one less. I don't know. But don't just give them to them and say, okay, we trust you. I really believe we can trust these people. I believe with the military force there in force that we can trust them. But people get really, really greedy when it comes to money. Really greedy. Hey, Robert, welcome to the show, everybody. Robert is on here and he says, hi, everyone. I'm a new subscriber, so please welcome Robert. How did you find the show, Robert? Just luck or my handsome face? Which one? I hope it was luck. When I see him say that, it brings up another point I wanted to talk about, guys. When I'm out and about now, I'm finding it real easy to strike up conversations and get people interested in what's going on. Now, I'm going to tell you about something on Facebook because I just love to talk about Facebook. But I go in there today and there's this real, some people say she's very beautiful. I think she's okay. You know, her initials are TS. Some people say she's the greatest woman singer out there. I do not agree. I would pick Carrie Underwood over her every day of the week, but that's me. But this girl, she does not like the hat. And on Facebook today, there's a picture of her. Now, I don't really put a lot into anything this girl says because she made her money writing songs about bad relationships she had. I mean, every hit she had was how bad her relationship was. I mean, you know, maybe she needs to learn to treat that man just a little bit nicer. Anyway, she had both fingers up in the air. You know that middle finger? She has both of them up in the air. For all the backers of DJT, this is what I think of you. So I'm going to comment. And as I go to comment, I had not even said one thing. But maybe they're watching me. I don't know. I had not said one thing. And when I clicked it so I could start typing in, it says, pops up and it says, remember, be courteous to the people you're talking about. Don't use any profanity. Don't do anything that could bring harm to somebody. Do not downgrade anybody in any way in something else. And I'm thinking, this woman who kids and people idolize is sitting with both of her middle fingers up in the air saying this is what she thinks of the fans of DJT. What do you think about that, John? Oh, John Chiselholm. I thought it was Johnny Holmes there for a minute. What do you think about that? Do you think it's fair that she's able, because she's popular, to go and flip off the president of the United States of America, his fans, his followers? But if you want to say one bad thing, and I just said, you know what? My comment was, I didn't realize she was smart enough to realize what them two fingers meant. I was nice. By the way, I did get a lot of compliments on my comment. But I don't understand these people. Bill Woods and Robert and Papa G and Janet and Tony. I don't understand these people that if this man is, what?
If they don't like our company,
If this man is president of the United States, I'm leaving.
go.
Why do you announce it? Who cares? Who cares? Most of them are leaving because they got a one-way ticket to GITMO. That's where they're leaving.
And they can't run fast enough, and they can't run far enough.
And that's, as Ron said, they can't run fast enough and they can't run far enough to keep from going there. But I don't understand this social media blitz that certain people can say whatever they want. And others, man, you forget to say something to protect yourself and you're gone. But you know what? I've never been, as much as I say things on Facebook, I've never been in Facebook jail. Maybe it's my handsomely good looks. What do you think? Who's this?
I've been suspended for messenger, but
Excuse me? Okay, hold on. We got to read this. Ship 64 says Yellow Dragon is 80 billion each. Green Dragon is 150 billion. Ship 64, where did you get that information?
yeah.
That Yellow Dragon bonds are 80 billion each. Man, I'm telling you, you're going to see a guy dance like you've never seen before dance. If that is the truth, because
We get about 300 of them.
Ron and me have 250 something. But let's talk about why we even talk about Yellow Dragon bonds. The only reason I was interested is Wolverine kept coming on. He kept coming on saying, oh, we got Yellow Dragon bonds. You got to have Yellow Dragon. If you have Yellow Dragon bonds, you'll be set for life. And I have heard that they're going to be worth several $1 billion. I was just hoping they'd be worth $1 billion. 80 billion.
There ain't no way they're going to pay us all at once.
Whoa. I'm telling you, my family will have money 2,000 centuries from now, or generations. Who knows? Maybe we'll still be here. For anybody who's interested, and I am not a financial advisor, I'm just someone giving some information because they're speaking about Yellow Dragon bonds. You can go on no,
YouTube, no.
the place where you order online. Google. Just go in and Google and say
Amazon.
your Amazon is where I was going to say, but you can go in and Google and just say Yellow Dragon bonds. You can go and say Yellow Dragon bonds and it'll pop up, and they're not that expensive. I mean, they're not going to give them to you, but on a lot of things you're getting better deals right now is because these people who's got all of these, at least whatever they can get out of them, they get in their pocket, where once it comes, they're only allowed to trade so many in. I mean, if they have 10,000 of the Yellow Dragon bonds and they didn't sell them, they can't trade, them in there. So that would just be ways to start the grill. Joe's leaving already. Hi, Nita. Sandra. Kevin, have I said hi to you yet? Okay, what do you mean, Kevin? Kevin is saying everything is speculative. You can choose whatever you want. As a return, I claim $10 billion. Okay. I think anybody could live pretty good on $10 billion. Don't you, CA1001 and Papa G and Janet? But talking to some people, and I'm going to change subjects here. Talking to some people, and I have nobody that I talk to in Iran. I have nobody that I talk to in Iraq. I have no idea what's going on in Iraq. One day I hear the hat say that it's over. The next day he's going to do this, and the next day they're going to do this. And I think he needs to become president again and not a chess player. But anyway, I'm going to give you my truthful feelings. I believe all of it's done, which we've been told for years that this is a movie, but I really believe we're at the point of the show now it's done. I believe now they're working to get the money into the redemption centers, into the banks, the money that we need. I believe all accounts are mirrored. I believe your quantum account will happen. Now, your quantum account, your appointments for the redemption centers, Wolverine, and this was on our Telegram, Wolverine did a video the other day. And in the video, he kept saying, I'm telling you, you have to get verified. You have to get verified. But he wouldn't tell anybody. Boy, there was a lot of commotion. So I went on and said, guys, look, the easiest way to make sure you get the 800 number is, one, stay in touch with me, because once I get it, we'll all get it, which is something that John told everybody. But the other way is go to Big Call Universe. All you have to do is go in there and put your email. And listen to me. Listen to me. Even if you don't have currency, do this, because you're going to need to go to a redemption center to get your money. It doesn't matter if you have currency. Everybody is going to have to go and get their accounts set up. So get the 800 number and then just call them when they say, what kind of currency you got? Say, no, I'm calling about, is this where we call to set up our appointments for our accounts? And they will work with you, I'm sure. So I'm trying to explain this. Well, I thought Wolverine was under a NDA, but he came out and told us that. He came out with one the next day and he explained it. You have to go to Big Call. You have to go to the Big Call and do it. And once again, no, if you go and Google Big Call, you're going to get nothing. You go and Google Big Call Universe, you're going to get what you need to get. But I didn't want to go cut loose on the man again. I think he must have somehow found out a little bit about what I said and what the people in our group said, because, man, he was not happy in his second one. But, you know, he might not be happy because people contradict him, but some of it could be the pain he has in his right hand, because he really has to be in a lot of pain for all the times he signed an NDA. And then when he decides he doesn't want the NDA, he takes and he erases it, see? So that's more pressure on that hand. If he's left-handed, he's doing this. What?
I just yelled.
Oh.
Got a drink of water.
So I'm really not sure what we got. I'm using Ron's phone, so bear with me to
Wasn't much out there today.
know what we have. Last night in the Chicago White Sox game, our rookie came up and he hit his first home run. He joined an elite group of people hitting his first home run as a rookie. Not that rookies don't hit their first home run in a year, but he hit an inside the park home run. It's the weirdest thing I ever seen. He hit it. They thought the ball girl touched it, but the umpires didn't see it, so they let the ball in play. It's a non-reviewable play. And the ball hit the side after supposedly the ball girl touched it, hit the sidewall, and bounced out in the middle of the field, and it just laid there while the left fielder just stood there like he was having lunch. And the kid just kept running and running. What's that song saying? Run, run as fast as you can. No one was going to catch him last night because he was a gingerbread man. So let's see what Bruce had to say. This is from Carpathia, April 21st, 2026, which, guys, I got to sing one more happy birthday. It's belated, and I sang it to him yesterday, but happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dad. Happy birthday to you. Yesterday was my dad's birthday, and 10 years ago yesterday, I had to retire. Car hit me at 90, 100 miles an hour and almost killed me. Almost killed me, knocked me unconscious. Ron's in the passenger seat, and he got a little bitty cut on his finger, but there was casualties. But I couldn't go to work the next Saturday. The doctors would not allow it. They said I could have went back to work on Monday, which I already had a vehicle lined up to go back to work. I was a delivery person. I worked for this company for 12 years. Had not missed a day, 6 days a week, and not missed one day in 12 years. Never asked for any help. Always got my work done. Ron was there with me helping. And because I was going to miss that one Saturday, they fired me. And I said, I'm not fighting it. I just retired. Like 7 or 8 days before that happened, something like the 12th or 13th of that month, I had received my first Social Security check because I was taking it early. And I had planned on working with Social Security check with the job for about 5 more years because the job was easy. Got us out of the house, got us something to do. And I was making really good money. And me and Ron could have got set up really good, but it didn't happen. So I had to sing happy birthday to my dad. Bruce call April 21st, 2026. On Friday, Bruce found out at 8 p.m. Clarity Act had been initiating, having to do with crypto and XRP, the main one to be used to back the value of the new dollar, the USN. It was finally passed. Now it is integrated where crypto is integrated in the QFS. Since last Friday, info has come talking about Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that it would be in play for the 800 numbers. We're getting from one source, we are on high alert for Wednesday and Thursday. Bruce personally thinks it's more likely Thursday, as certain redemption centers leaders were off yesterday, today, and tomorrow, but going in to the redemption centers on Thursday. When the leaders and staff in redemption centers on Wednesday and Thursday, it's to set up appointments for the call centers connected to zip code. Your key is your redemption center. So tomorrow we are on high alert, and also Thursday. We are hearing we should receive our tariff dividends, could be monthly or longer, maybe about $2,000 a month coming in. It's supposed to happen for the next 3 days. Starting today, it's supposed to happen the next 3 days. It should hit your bank over the next 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some people would get theirs in the mail, and some people who had proved citizenships were getting it via FedEx, but most of us get it via direct deposit as you have Social Security a number. 2 confirmations that the EAS and EBS will be utilized Friday and or Saturday of this week, initiated the broadcast on April 24th and 25th. Why? Remember, we do not know what will broadcast. They're saying now that 24 hours a day will only be 6 hours, 8 hours, or 24 hours at a time also. They're not sure if it's going to be 6 hours a day, 8 hours a day, or the full 24. That is to be seen. The hat actually talked about disclosing UFOs. So what Bruce is saying, that it looks like it come to us between now and as far as Saturday, but sooner could start exchange over the weekend. Rates getting started. What is 8 p.m. deadline tomorrow? Peace plan with Iran. If they come back to the table, we told that NESARA initiates this month for us in the U.S. and GESARA starts in May for the rest of the world. Why all is not completely settled. We have Cuba, Iran, Russian, Ukraine, President the Hat given green light to Treasury to Wells Fargo, Wells to redemption centers. We will still have our R&R, our DOG, in additional our exchanges at the redemption centers. This is a rundown of the timeline, which started with the clarity from the last Friday, and it now goes through Saturday. Some redemption centers may go as long as 3 weeks. Some centers will be 24 hours around the clock. Most will be open around 9 a.m., and some may open as late as 11, stay open as late as 11 p.m. That is basically all Bruce had for intel tonight. He thinks that we are close on high alert Thursday and the weekend. When we get the tariff dividend payment that allows everyone to get some money, ZIM holders are under NDA, but not if only you have currency. So currency holders will not be under an NDA. What he's saying, if you have ZIM, you will be. The question was been asked to me here recently, and we've answered it in the past, but everything is changing so much, guys. When we go under an NDA, how do we do it? Do I have to keep my mouth shut so we cannot go and start humanitarian projects? I want to rebuild my town. How do I go to my town board members? How do I go to the people in a town and tell them I'm going to put in X amount of whatever amount of money every year to do this and this and this? This is the first thing I want done. This is what we want. We want to work together and purchase this. We want to all of us work together, create thousands of jobs in this little community, in this little town. We want to all work together and do this. How do we do this? How do we go and do it if they're telling us we're under an NDA for 3 months? So anyway, evidently my dog has unplugged my, hold on, guys. She has unplugged me. My phone is. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, yeah. Give me a moment. We'll see if that works. I had to replug it in. She's been running around and got the cord hooked up in her. We're about done here anyway. We have the dinars. Carpathia also says a little birdie told me Tier 4B notifications today or tomorrow. Banks and redemption centers have been notified. That what came out today. So this is what let's see what Dinar Chronicles has to say. Restored Republic via the GCR update as of April 21st, 2026. Today's the 22nd, isn't it?
22nd, yeah.
Huh. That's not the one I want then. Here it is. Here, April 22nd, 2026. A recent report by Judy Bidington, a prominent figure in a narrative, the Restored Republic, suggests that a massive global transformation is scheduled for April 2026. This update details a systematic overhaul in spanning finance, energy, and governance centered around the implementation of the Global Currency Reset GCR. According to the report, the transition will be marked by the activation of the Starlink Satellite Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, which is expected to override all global communications, including cell phones, internet, and television, to usher in a new era of transparency and financial freedom. According to the report, the first phase of this shift involves a temporary shutdown traditional infrastructure as the old SWIFT financial system is replaced by the gold and asset-backed quantum financial system, QFS. The public should anticipate a period where the banks are closed and the ATMs remain offline. Furthermore, the report suggests brief interruption in the legacy power grid as the world transitions to Tesla-free energy. To navigate its 10-day window, the military is expected to play a crucial role, allegedly distributing food and essential supplies while providing a specialized communication app to keep citizens connected. A significant portion of the report focuses on NESARA and GESARA legislative concept, and that proponents claim will result in a massive debt relief across the globe. Bidington notes that the Global Military Alliance intends to announce these programs via 7 EBS messages. The initiative reportedly includes the repayment of funds tied to birth certificate mortgages and student loans, which have allegedly been trading stock market. These funds are said to be already deposited into individual quantum accounts, which the general public will eventually access utilizing specialized QFS cards. For those classified as Tier 4B, the Internet Group, currency, and bondholders, the report outlines specific procedures for the exchange of foreign currencies like the Iraq dinar and the Vietnamese dong, as well as redemptions of Zimbabwe Zim bonds. The White Hat military is said to be overseeing the release of the GCR funds, which originate from the U.S. Treasury Department of the Defense. Holders are advised to seek out official redemption centers rather than traditional banks to secure better rates and set their new digital wallets on Starlink systems. The timeline provided for the report suggests that while the bond payments and currency resets reach their peak, April 2026, a broader shift will occur by July 14, 2026, when the money accounts are expected to go fully digital. There is a strong emphasis on security throughout the document, warning readers to wary of scammers and attempting to steal personal data under the guise of setting up QFS accounts. The report also mentions that participants of the initial exchange process will likely require to sign non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, to remain silent about the specific of the transition. Ultimately, the report paints a picture of the world moving away from the fiat currency toward the hack-proof asset-backed financial future. While the general public may currently be unaware of these alleged maneuvers, Byington asserts that the quantum financial system is poised to wipe out the central banking system entirely. As these dates approach, the report urges those in the know prepare for both physically and financially, suggests that coming changes will fundamentally shift the global balance of power forever. Judy also encourages that you do your own research. The research she does, she believes to be 100% true at the time. Hi, Sharon Kraft, Papa G, Tony, Kevin. Thanks for everyone for coming out tonight. That's all I got for tonight, guys. I am going to keep a close eye out over the next 24 to 48 hours. If something happens on Thursday, if we get the numbers, I will come on and do a special show. I'll just come right on, and then once we get it, everybody starts getting it, everyone can start. No taxes. Only thing they'll be taxed on, Sharon, is 14. There's supposed to be 14% on all new essential items. But if you buy a used house, a used car, no medicines or anything like that, will you pay any taxes? We are going to survive due to the tariffs. And Donald, the man says that we have already brought in trillions of dollars And myself personally, I'm tired of him saying this. There's a show out there, a movie, Show Me the Money. Show me the money. And I think that's what everyone wants. But you know what? I just assume them show me the beds. Show me the beds, because that's what I'm looking for. Because I don't care how much money they give us. If we don't have our health, it's nothing. On Friday, I will be going to his funeral. It's for my ex-baseball coach, best coach I ever played for. And if they just showed us the beds earlier, he'd have lived many, many more years. But it is what it is, and we can't go and say, well, this guy be here, that guy be here. It is what it is, and that's all we have to live with. With that, I want to thank everyone for showing up tonight. Dear Lord, as we come to the end of tonight's show, please look after everyone here, everyone who's going to go through all this transformation, and help us get the word out to the people. Lord, there's going to be so many people that's going to be so starstruck and Google-eyed when money starts to show up in their accounts. What is this for? The same people that laughed and mocked us, Lord. But we have to be stronger than them, bigger than them, and be there to help them. So help us look through all of this, get through all of this as we make your world into what you've always wanted, heaven on earth. We come to you and talk to you and pray to you through our Savior, your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen and amen. Good night, everyone. God bless. And we'll see you Friday night, if not before.